Yes, yes, yes. Once again, welcome to Heritage Hip Hop. This is Karev, and we're gonna talk some Grammys tonight. So, with that being said, just remember, y'all, this is brought to you by heritagehiphop.com and the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. Make sure you stream the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast wherever you get your podcast. We're on YouTube, Anchor.fm, Spotify, Apple, Amazon. We're on wherever you stream your podcast. Make sure you go there for Heritage Hip Hop. Leave me some comments, y'all. I want to know what y'all think about this podcast life that I'm doing. As a content creator, I just want to know what y'all think. So please join me. I want to know how y'all feel about the podcast, Once again, heritagehiphop.com for everything. There it is right there. And without further ado, let's get this thing started. Right? Right.
Be written, so let it be done.
Hey, what's going on with y'all out there? Listen, we're going to talk the Grammys tonight. So everybody out there that's watching, thank you for tuning in to Heritage Hip Hop right now. Right now, I'm just sharing the video, letting everybody know I'm out here. I'm on right now. You see what I'm saying? But most importantly, I want to give a shout out to everybody who not only watches the show, but supports the show. People who are really about this hip hop life. I thank you for joining me this very evening to talk about what we saw and what we think about hip hop growing up. You see what I'm saying? So before we get into that, my name is Karev at Heritage Hip Hop, as you see down there. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment on this video. Bring some people in here. Hit the like button. I want to hit the like button. I gotta hit the algorithm. So whenever you watch the videos, please hit the like button and let me know that you're out there. All right. You're free to leave comments. We are live tonight. Let me know that you're out there and add into the conversation because I would love to know what you're thinking. See, a lot of other content people, they just put stuff out and don't care about what people think as long as their numbers are high. I'm not one of those people. I like the dialogue and I like to get some feedback. So if you're there, you want to give some feedback, please chime in. But the topic of tonight, and I want to put the picture back up so everybody can see it. The topic of the night is, being that this is a Mike Council show, we're going to talk about things that happen in the hip hop culture. We're going to talk about the Grammys. The night hip hop won the Grammys. And I think this is a very interesting topic because being that hip hop turns 50 this year, this is like a big deal for people who celebrate hip hop, right? And this is it's not centennial yet, but we're getting there, and we're getting to a time where hip hop has gone from an ostracized form of expression to now global music. And if we do the history when it comes to hip hop, the Grammys hated hip hop. I don't know if people remember, but there was a movement, especially Public Enemy was on charge of this. Who gives a F about a goddamn Grammy? That was in the Terminator X song on It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. And when the Grammys first started to even acknowledge hip hop, they didn't want to televise it. We had an episode of Yo MTV Raps with Fab Five Freddy, with all the artists who were nominated for the Grammys did not go. They did not show up. I believe JJ Fad was nominated. They may have won the first Grammy. I'm not sure, but I know that DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince and them were up there, and Salt and Pepper was there. Public Enemy was there. They was like, nah, we ain't supporting this. You can't put us on TV. You can't support us. We're not gonna go. And over time, it's been a fight. Like you know how the music thing goes. These award shows, people that you know have the best album don't win. Check out the Macklemore Kendrick Lamar thing. You have, or even now, Harry Styles and Beyonce. That's crazy, by the way. But once again, have you heard the Harry Styles album? I haven't, and I know I don't like his music though, so I've heard him before. But there's always been a discussion though, who was supposed to be nominated, who got in, who didn't get in, why this didn't win. And the Grammys have always shitted on hip hop. No matter how you think about it, the albums that we like, the classic albums, the many classic albums that we have in hip hop are never, ever, ever in the categories. I don't know if that's due to the artist not putting their album in for contention, or people in the Grammy Academy just not caring and just doing their own thing. I have no idea. But the Grammys has never, ever, ever, ever represented the culture in any type of way. So for hip hop to turn 50, and we see people on stage doing their songs, not fully, but doing their songs, it was refreshing because we got to see generational hip hop representatives on stage, and they put them in blocks: the 80s, the 90s, and the current generation. Right? You don't know how good it is to see the Furious Five today, and Melly Mel looking like a superhero. Like, you don't know how good it feels to see that mixed with Run DMC, mixed with LL Cool J, and then to go to Public Enemy, to then Queen Latifah and Method Man and Nelly, and even Outkast, Big Boy was there, to even go to Lil Baby, Glorilla. I mean, I'm not a Glorilla fan, but she represents some of that new movement, and it's good that she was up there. See, the Grammys to me, all award shows are garbage. I don't like none of them. Like I said, it's classic albums and classic groups that you never ever see get mentioned on these Grammys. But you know what? They had a lot of representation was shown in it. Check this on about Notes 82. He said, I got a chance to see all my heroes in one night. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. I don't think you've seen all your heroes, but you've seen a lot of them. You know, the Grammys was a spectacle of interest. And I must say to y'all, was I impressed? Yes. Was it the best collaboration of talent I've ever seen? No. But I appreciate what it was. Because the one argument everybody had was everybody's not there. And they did say, LL did say, they wanted to get more people, but they'll handle that at a later date. So that tells you that Hip Hop 50, especially in New York City, is going to be something special. There was a lot of people I wanted to see that I didn't see on that stage. From the 80s to the current generation. I said, like, you know what? One person I would have loved to have seen from the 80s set was T. La Rock. It's Yours. I want to hear It's Yours. It's Yours would have been something great, you know? Shout out to my man Steve. He said it seemed thrown together. Well, no, it was actually choreographed. Questlove made that. What he did was he said it was 27 minutes long, and they told him no, and they cut it down to 13, and that's what we got. You know, so he got who he could get, what he was allowed to get, I guess, you know. And who knows how they cut that down, but that's what we were told by him in the interview, because he also said Will Smith was supposed to be there to perform with Jazzy Jeff, but you know, the LL Rock the Bells thing took over for his spot, you know. But going back to the 80s, T. La Rock, Is Yours should have been something that could have been played. That would have been that. Come on, that's one of the biggest joints, you know. Curtis Blow wasn't there, and he's like the first crossover act in hip hop. Kumo D wasn't there. The Wild Wild West. Roxanne Shante didn't hit the stage. There was really, I didn't see any women for the 80s at all. Sweet Tea, Finesse the Sequence, JJ Fad, who actually won a Grammy in the early stages of hip hop, and it comes to the Grammys, they weren't there. Salt and Pepper was there, so I'm wrong. Salute to Salt and Pepper. But of course, we're always going to have people who are not represented, who we wanted on that stage. I'm from New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad Queen Latifah was there, but where the hell was Redman and Tretch? Where the hell was Redman and Tretch? Queen Latifah dropped in 88, 89. Yeah. Like I said, I'm happy she was there. MC Light wasn't on that stage. She could have been there. Am I not criticizing the show at all? I'm just saying, and I'm saying this is the night hip hop won the Grammys because now we get to talk about the people we forgot and who are not in these conversations enough. And then we can put them out there and look forward to more during this hip hop 50 celebration. Like I said, who's talking to Tila Rock right now? Who's talking to Schoolie D right now? Who's talking to Just Ice? Who's talking to MC Debbie D and Us Girls? Who's talking to DJ Tony Tone? We have people in this hip hop thing being 50 years old, which is not old. 50 years old who we can talk to, who can physically be here that we're not acknowledging. Look at I hate to say it, but since they did renditions, it would have been nice to have seen Jalil up there to do something for Houdini. You know what I'm saying? It would have been dope. It would have been great to see De La Soul or the Jungle Brothers there. Was Tribe represented? Did you see Q-Tip up there? And like I said, I'm not even pointing fingers going, this is wrong, they should have done this, they should have done this. It's beautiful that now we can have even more of these conversations of people who are alive and living, and we can remember the dead by the people that we bring up who are living when this stuff happened. I mean, look, hip hop does a piss poor job at celebrating its dead or the ancestors that helped make this genre and this culture. Heavy D wasn't represented. I didn't even see Heavy D's name on the wall, and I could be wrong. It could be there because Slick Rick's name was up there. I don't think he performed, but was Dougie Fresh on stage? I don't think so. And I'm glad they did it that way because now we can have these conversations, because if hip hop is global, let's start at the roots of it, which is in this country, and then let's take it back to the territories. I could easily talk about Jersey all day. Tretch wasn't there. Redman wasn't there. Do It All wasn't on stage. When they did the tributes, thank God they did Hurricane G, but where was Tame One? Tame One should have been up there. He's traveled the world and made millions of fans. Why not? Right? Oh Dirty Bastard could have. Well, no, he didn't die this past year. It was just this past year because, K-Slay and Takeoff was the main person they highlighted with the chain going up. But still, these are conversations we can have because for those names on that wall, I saw Little Brother up there, and I was very happy to see Fonte, Ninth Wonder, and Big Pooh, rapper Big Pooh, get some type of recognition for the 50 years of hip-hop because they deserve it. But there's so much character that was shown and also character that was missing that we can bring up when it comes to 50 years of hip hop. Because guess what? You are supposed to be up there too if you're a hip hop artist. I don't give a damn if you're mainstream or not. Being that this is 50 years of hip hop, this is your time to step up and make the world know that you exist. So, and I'm going to put a challenge out there at the end of this video, for real. Because I'm going to put something out there. And if y'all like challenges, well, I'm calling names. So stay tuned. But in seeing the actual show, I will tell you, I was very happy that hip hop got to do that. Man, let me tell y'all something, man. If y'all don't appreciate what y'all got, you lose it. And one thing that hasn't been lost is the elements and the articles of hip hop's declaration. Everybody knows the microphone. Everybody sells their souls and takes pills to get on the microphone. But Jazzy Jeff on them turntables was special. Because when do you hear mixing and scratching and stuff anymore? That's something that we should bring back to the forefront, is the DJ and how they move the party. So a lot of people pushing buttons, but the turntable, scratching and mixing, where is that? Those are things that are lost that can come back because we've seen it still exist. What about the boombox? Did you see when Grandmaster Flash brought out the boombox? How many of y'all still have tapes in your house? The boombox is one of the most essential elements of music, not just hip hop music. Speakers, a box where you could walk your speaker down the street with a tape playing, and everybody can hear the hottest new song or sound in the culture. Amazing. We talk about architecture and buildings and how old shit is. We talk about buildings that were put in the old 1920s and this used to sell slaves and all that. We held on to all that negative history. But an article of freedom like the boombox, people don't talk about enough. Or that turntable. Come on, man. We saw Adidas tracksuits come back out and Sam Smith's on that stage. Shell Toes is on that stage. Run DMC with the fedora. I mean, we saw history. The Kango, LL rocked the Kango. I mean, man, yo, think about this. We saw living history that's not old. And in American society, everything's so microwave now and it moves so fast that we forget the current. Never mind the old, but to see the elders of the generations perform in front of the world with respect. It's been a long time coming, and I'm so happy that I was allowed to see that. There's so many more people who should have been on that stage. I was so proud to see Rakim on that stage. Because think about it, when Rakim was rhyming as one of the heads of the generation in the culture, did he get invited to any of these shows? Do you remember how horrible the Source Awards got over time to the point where you didn't even care who won? You just looked at the book, if this book even mattered to you. And shout out to the Source, because that's one of the most important parts of hip hop culture. But the point is, Rakim wasn't getting that love, but he got it. He got it on that night of the Grammys. He got that love. Like I said, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five got that love. There's so many people who passed away that's not getting that love, and we need to remember them. I mean, let's look. Like I said, let's go back to the '80s. Was Big Daddy Kane on that stage? Was Master Ace on that stage? Was Cool G Rap on that stage? Did you see them? Did you? Did you see any members of NWA on that stage or the DOC? Did you? Did you see JT Money or Uncle Luke on that stage? I know you couldn't do Pop That Pussy or something, but at the end of the day, it would have been nice to see a Florida representative from the 80s up there. And the 90s was the biggest explosion of hip hop because that's when we seen hip hop grow as a culture. No Redman. We saw Busta Rhymes, which was dope. No Exhibit, no Razzcast. The Game wasn't out there. Was Snoop on that stage? I'm asking questions because I want y'all to talk to me. I didn't see them on that stage. I sure didn't. But they could have been there. And the 90s had so many. Was MC8 up there? See, the 90s, we saw the expansion of the West Coast. We saw the Midwest. The 2000s was Atlanta. Was T.I. and Ludacris on that stage? Was 8 Ball and MJG on that stage? Where are you from? Anybody that's listening? And who from your territory would you have liked to have seen on that stage? See, hip hop won the Grammys because we're having this conversation right now of who could have been there and what we like to see as the year goes on when we talk about the Grammys. See, people are going to talk about Kendrick Lamar winning because his album, which may not be the most danceable, easy listen, it was a growth album and it won album of the year. And they owed him that because that Macklemore beating Kendrick was crap. I thought King's Disease 3 could have won. But, you know, shout out to Kendrick. And that album signified a lot when it came to what the culture means and how it's being acknowledged. Because an album that talks about family, pain, molestation, relationships, toxic relationships at that got album of the year. Amazing, right? We have Beyonce, who may not be hip hop music, but she represents a lot in hip hop culture, being the most celebrated Grammy artist in history. And this woman is not even, I don't even think she's in her 40s. And if she is in her 40s, she's young. So imagine how much more music you're going to get from Beyonce as time goes on. And that's a wonderful thing because look, women are taking their control in the culture and moving it forward. If not Beyonce, if not Kendrick, look at what Dr. Dre accomplished by getting the first ever Dr. Dre Global Artist Award, a Black Grammy. They say he got the Black Grammy, right? But Dr. Dre, someone who went from turntables in his mom's house to now being in front of the whole world representing hip hop as a producer, as a businessman, as an architect of sound, and he has an award named after him. That's a major accomplishment for hip hop. See, shameless plug. I do the Heritage Hip Hop Awards on the last Saturday of every August. And I have an award named after Govmatic. Those of you who don't know, Govmatic, world famous producer, you know, Redman, you know, Christina Aguilera, you heard some of his beats and all that, right? But the point of naming the award after him is because it showed that he went outside of hip hop to do more for the culture by going in other places. And because I got to know him and stuff, I wanted to make a tribute to him for that. Dr. Dre entered Govmatic status to me because now there's an award named after him that shows that hip hop is bigger than just being in your mom's basement or being somewhere making beats and rhyming. That the Dr. Dre award means that people from all over the world are going to be inspired to make great, incredible music. And that's huge. That's amazing. And this is how hip hop is winning the Grammys because it wasn't just, oh, I won, let me read my speech and leave. No, this was the ascension of the culture on a mainstream level to the point where hip hop can't be denied because 50 years plus milestones being made took the culture to where people didn't think it would ever be. Shout out to my man June. Hip hop is now on a level where it's in Congress. It's being studied in school. It has coloring books, comic books, novels, movies, documentaries. And this is how history is documented and people become world famous and icons of not only the culture, but of the world. See, having a mural of your face on a wall is one of the highest standards when it comes to hip hop culture. But then to be preserved in the highest estates of not entertainment, but education, that's big. And that's what we did. Lil Wayne got his award. He cried, talked about his mom. That's great, right? He tributed, right? Lil Wayne is one of the most influential artists that ever came out of the South. So Southern hip hop, remember people said nobody listens to Southern hip hop, they're not lyrical. Andre 3000 said how the South got something to say if people not listening. One Southern artist got a Lifetime Achievement Award for hip hop. Think about that. The longest performance, I think, the 8-minute performance was DJ Khaled. And we saw Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, Khaled, Jay-Z, and Jay-Z's team sitting at the table like the Last Supper. I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna leave that alone. But they were in a street setting, which means they took hip hop back to the essence and they got rich and they ate on the street with his peoples. There is a lot of meaning to that. And on the street, on the last table, rich dinner, you're rhyming. You took it back to where you came from, but you showed that you had spoils. Spoils goes to the victor, right? So what was hip hop victorious over? Hate. It was a fad. It was not supposed to exist. It was supposed to fail. Hip hop came from nothing. It is nothing. Nah, and we proved them wrong. Please look at the outline of the stage that they rhymed on. You see all the names that was on that stage, but look at the camaraderie from all the generations. See, one thing that hip hop won that people aren't talking about at the Grammys, when you saw all that generational talent, we saw them get together. That was important because everybody say these young niggas out here, young people out here, they're disrespectful and nobody listens. When you see all that together, you're showing power within the age groups and unity. Without that, every culture, every dynasty will always fall. I don't care if you believe in Islam, you believe in the Bible, you look at world culture and you look at kingdoms. If the youth and the elders don't work together, The generations don't work together, the community falls. We saw the generations come together. You saw Glorilla on the stage where Missy Elliott was, Queen Latifah, and Salt and Pepper. So for all the ladies, that's amazingly big right there. Because who's coming next? Lotto, she could be up there one day. Remy Ma could be up there for something big one day. Because look, she's like starting a label. Who knows if she will sign the next great female artist, right? Lil Kim should be up there. Foxy should be up there. Shay Noir could be up there very soon. Ty Phoenix could be up there very soon. Nisa F, Queen Nevaeh, Tim's, Lil Sims. It's a lot of people who could be up there with them artists to represent the next generation of what's to come. Jid could be up there. If y'all know JID, Jid. Some people like Youngboy, Corday, they could be up there. Samad Savage could be up there. Jay Wonder could be up there. Notes 82 could be up there. Duane Dupree could be up there. Billion Man Rebellion could be. The list goes on and on and on. And that's why hip hop won the Grammys. Because instead of being about that's old, or I don't listen to that new-ish, we saw a celebration of a culture that started from the government wanting people of brown skin, Hispanic or West Indian or traditional American. They wanted those people to die out in the Bronx. They took money systematically out of their society. They took all the programs out of the society. They fired 4,000 firemen and cut budgets in the city so the Bronx would die upon itself. And instead of dying out, we saw people put on parties. We saw people put in rap jams and all this other stuff in the park. And it went from the park to the world stage to where people all over the world heard people of color who are destined to die and fail in American society become leaders and architects of what it is to be an expressionist of God, culture, and music through beats, rhymes, dance, fashion, graffiti, entrepreneurship, and more. Congratulations to all of us who represent the hip hop culture. Because if it wasn't for us, if it wasn't for that non give up spirit, if it wasn't for those trains that were bombed and the names going through the city, if it wasn't for the people breakdancing, if it wasn't for that, where would we be right now? And this is why I give my argument. Hip hop is God within us because hip hop is our natural expression. So whether you call it bebop, jazz, whatever, it was hip hop. And even though disco was the precursor and hip hop was birthed out of the disco scene, Studio 54 and that, we really see hip hop throughout the Bible in all historical contexts because it was people's expression that made them closer to God and expressed the life that God gave them. I mean, think about it. When you think about culture, hieroglyphics, people spray painted walls. And before hieroglyphics, people scratched the walls in caves. Fashion, don't we see the headdresses from Egypt and the togas from Rome and all that other stuff? And look what we wear now. People study how we look, from the hairstyles to how we wear shirts to how we wear pants, even from certain parts of the country, how you wear your jeans over your boots, over your sneakers, right? Let's talk about it. People in history learn their music. We got music. They write how we write in our context. Hip hop won the Grammys because now people may go back to see who the hell was that on stage or whose name was on that wall. Even when Eminem gave his speech when being put into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, when he made his speech, he named a whole bunch of artists. I'm sure people looked up, but saying something and seeing something is very different. Because think of all the people who condemned hip hop now get to see Busta Rhymes for the first time. Not hear him, see him. How many people got to see Missy for the first time and see her brilliance on stage? How many people knew who Rakim was? We got people who said Nas is not relevant. He wasn't there. But look at the people who came before Nas who inspired him that led to that, and then led to Nelly, that led to Lil Baby, who led to the Lil Wayne tribute. Amazing. Hip hop won the Grammys because once again, people saw the undying spirit of expression, love, peace, unity, and having fun come out on stage in front of the world. And people can't deny how powerful we are as a people and how strong our culture is as in hip hop. So here comes my challenge. Hip hop is 50 years old. The Grammys doesn't represent all of our hip hop though. So what are you going to do when it comes to hip hop? New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Delaware, Pennsylvania, Las Vegas, Arizona, California, Florida, Texas, Georgia, Chicago, Illinois, all y'all. There's hip hop all over this country. And hip hop's turning 50. Are you waiting for New York to put your hip hop 50 out? So I'm putting a challenge out to all you New Jersey MCs. What are we going to do to express our love for hip hop? Send this video to H Squad Rebel Radio. Send this video to Grunt. Send this video to Zay. Heritage Hip Hop wants to partner with H Squad Rebel Radio to take over a day or half a day, 4 hours, 6 hours, it don't matter. And let's do a Hip Hop 50 for New Jersey. Let's bring out Ella Sensei, Tretch, 050 Boys, KG, Vinny, Do It All. Let's get whoever, Redman, Runt Dog, Brick, whatever, whoever is representative of hip hop in New Jersey. Let's get Double X Posse out. Let's get Chill Rob G out. Let's get Sugar Hill Records people out. Let's get everybody out and let's go to a radio station and let's turn that motherfucker out for Hip Hop 50 celebrating New Jersey hip hop. I'll put it out there because I think we're capable of great things. We're capable of more than just saying rhymes and disappearing. With hip hop being 50, I don't want us to get forgotten when it comes down to what hip hop is and our stake in it. We need to call out people like G-Rock, Big Joker, so many people from Jersey, yo. Let's put Ty Phoenix on there again. Let's get Nevaeh. Let's get Abyss. Let's get Sha Lethal. Let's get all these people from New Jersey who really about this hip hop life and really celebrate hip hop 50 our way on that radio somewhere. I don't care if it's a live show inside of a store, something, a park. Let's get our hip hop 50 New Jersey style done. And let's celebrate our legends and let's get them out. I'm sure we have the Lincoln Park Festival, and I'm sure they're going to have people come from all over. But what is New Jersey going to do for New Jersey when it comes to this? My people's I'm listening to me in Texas. What is Texas going to do when it comes to it? Y'all got Lil Kiki, Scarface, Ghetto Boys, Zero, Chamillionaire, Paul Wall. Y'all got the memory of UGK and Pimp C and all them out there. Y'all got Meg Thee Stallion right now. What are y'all going to do for Texas? Chicago, y'all got Common, Dirk, Kanye, he probably won't come out, but he's there. Y'all got Shauna. Y'all can count Ludacris if y'all want, or y'all can keep him in Atlanta. It doesn't matter. Y'all got Do or Die. Y'all got Twister. Y'all have so many people in Chicago. What are y'all doing for Hip Hop 50? California. Y'all got, all the Dr. Dre peoples. Y'all got the High Rolls. Y'all got all the Ruthless family, Game and all them, right? What are y'all doing with the memory of Toddy T, Sir Jinx, who's my man? Like he's incredible. I think Battle Cat may be from out there. I'm not sure, but y'all got so many people out there. What are y'all doing with Hip Hop 50? Florida. Are y'all just gonna rest on Po' Boy Records, Trick Daddy, Luke and Rick Ross, JT Money? There's a lot of hip hop artists from Florida. What is the independent or the mainstream or independent and mainstream and underground going to do? This is my question. Because if we let Hip Hop 50 be defined by the Grammys, even though hip hop won the night, it started the conversation. How are we going to culminate the celebration of hip hop and make it great or greater than what it is? I can't answer that for you. But I'll put my challenge out. I want to do something for Hip Hop 50 where we celebrate Lakim Shabazz, Mark the 45 King, everybody that was on Flavor Unit. They're from New Jersey, of course. Jaheim, all of them. Let's put something together where we bring the cities out, the states and counties out, and we show love to everybody who's contributed in some type of way. Because, see, New Jersey doesn't have a big mainstream contingent, but for everybody who did it and who does it well, let's get them out and let's support them. Too many of our people who do hip hop are dying. 50 years, y'all. So these men could be in their actual 50s, 60s, and 70s now. So for 50 years, let's get these people out and give them their crowns and flowers while they're alive and celebrate this culture the way it's supposed to be done. I don't got much more to say. So if you like what you're seeing, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to heritagehiphop.com. Heritagehiphop.com is the home of this platform and more. Pardon me, I'm bugging out right now. HeritageHipHop.com is the home of this platform and more. So subscribe to HeritageHipHop.com. Today we built on the Mic Council. I'll talk about not just the beats and rhymes in hip hop, but we talk about the culture and how it affects the world. And hip hop won the Grammys, and that affects the world tremendously because now we have these conversations and more. And it could be about more than who we didn't see, but how we can step up and celebrate those people we didn't see. So I love to see what Memphis does for Gangsta Boo, 3-6 Mafia, or even 8 Ball and MJG. Yeah, well, what are we going to do? I'm going to be honest with y'all. Cat's out the bag. I've been wanting to do a heritage hip hop collaboration album for 2 years. And it's the hardest thing to get people to work together and do things. And one of the groups I wanted to work with, I learned of Mass Confusion, and I wanted to see the Mass come back. Unfortunately, some things are going on, but that was one of the things to see Mass Confusion come back on some dope production. I wanted to have the Artifacts. The Artifacts are my favorite New Jersey hip hop group. I wanted to see them come and do something on that album. And unfortunately, Tane One passed away. And don't think I'm not going to want to work with L, because like I said, I respect the Artifacts as a collective and as solo artist. And rest in peace to DJ Chaos as well, who was the DJ of the group. More importantly, everybody, it's hard, but who's going to do the work? Especially if we all give up. If we all give up, then not only are we showing the world that our culture is nothing, it means we're not willing to fight for it. And I'm fighting for it. I'm just telling y'all now. I challenge A Squad Rebel Radio to join me in doing something to make Hip Hop 50 for New Jersey special. We want artists to bring their bars, to talk on the radio, do a show. Like I said, 4 to 6 hours at least. We could just go in there, just play music and just cut up and just invite all the generations to come out and talk. We could have a round table, something. Let's get it done. Okay? So with that being said, y'all, this is Forever Heritage Hip Hop. I'm saying hit that like button. Make sure you share this video, because this was all about how hip hop won the Grammys, and I challenge I'm only going with A Squad because that's the one radio station that I know that we got in Jersey. I'm challenging A Squad Rebel Radio, and I'm challenging you, the artist. How do we celebrate our Hip Hop 50 in New Jersey? Let's invade a radio station and let's give all our generations that love on the radio. So G-Rock, Damn, Artifacts, Lords of the Underground, The Mass, even though, whoever, Chops, Doc Bundini, Pache, Sal Lethal, whatever, man. Let's get everybody on there. Let's get them some love too. So I ain't gonna talk y'all ear off all night. May the Most High bless y'all. Subscribe to heritagehiphop.com if you would like to donate to Heritage Hip Hop. Go to heritagehiphop.com and buy some merch. Buy some merch. You can hit my Cash App, $ Heritage Hip Hop, and leave me some cash. I appreciate it. I'm going to grow this platform out, and we're going to make it happen. So with that being said, May the Most High bless you eternally. We've been around for 50 years. May you get more than 50 years on your life, 50 more years on your life, and may your family prosper and our generations prosper as well. Peace, and I'm out.